Hello and welcome to This Board Game Life. I'm your host Mark, and today I'm unboxing Moonleap from Plate. In Moonleap, players are trying to get their pawns as far down the track as possible in order to score the highest amount of points. To start the game, each player receives 5 pawns of the same color, numbered from 1 to 5. A player rolls the dice and then may move pawns that correspond to the total of the dice. For example, rolling a 5 allows a player to move the 5 pawn or the 2 and the 3. The pawns are always moved to the next free space that is available on the board. If the player succeeds in making a chain of 3 or more pawns, he or she may roll the dice again. The game ends when the last 3 specially marked squares are occupied. Each player receives the number of points achieved by multiplying the number of the square by the number of the occupying pawn. This game is designed by Rudy Hoffman. This art's by Wenjin Gill, Anki Pohl, and Thilo Rick. So it's published by Plate. The published date is listed as 1998, but that's because this game is basically a reprint and a re-theme, reskinning of one called Numeri. That was by Schmidt-Spiel, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, Schmidt-Spiel. This has also been published by Klee and Yellow, but again under the Numeri name, or also Froschhelm is another name for it. But Moonleap is the current version or release, reprint. This game is available for to ages 8 and up for 2 to 4 players. Plays in about 20 minutes. All right, now before we get to the table and take a look at what's in the box, I do ask that you like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you'll never miss new content. All right, so let's see what comes into the box. All right, so it's a small box. There's not a whole lot to it. I do remember I played the original version Numeri with Rob about a year and a half, a little over a year ago. When I went, we had our first This Board Game Life con, and it was a game he introduced me to. I really liked it. Real simple, but it's fun. This is a strange box. It just... That's like... How does this open? Oh! Okay. It's got a magnetic lid on the top. So... You can hear that. I was like, how does this pose? I was looking at this, and like when I was like, how's it? Anyways, whatever. All right. Magnetic lid. Oh, the box is the board. Oh, look at that. I did not realize that. Which, if you can see, it's curling up. I don't know. Maybe that's not such a good. Maybe I just need to bend some of the creases the other way a little bit. There we go. That's all right. That's not too shabby. So let's place it like this. So yeah, it's a big L. That's interesting. The box is the board. Not too shabby. So you've got your little spaceman. So there's your little spaceman meeple, and on his little pack is their numbers. So they should be all numbered 1 to 5. So let's see, and so there you go. Yeah, I don't have them in order, but so everybody gets their little 5 spacewalkers. So we'll just put them out here. So there should be... Oh, the gray ones are tough. They're with white paint. They shouldn't have used white paint. They should use black paint on that. White does not look good on the gray pieces. I mean, they use like a blue paint on the white. I don't know why they would have And then I got I don't know what these 3 gray ones are for, but I guess there's, let's see, dark gray ones. Yeah, these numbers are hard to read on the light gray. That was not a good. They should have picked a dark color for that. They were obviously printing with multiple colors. I'm not sure what these 3 are for. The Dark Astronauts expansion. That must be these. Let's see. In a 4-player game, use all 3 Dark Astronauts. So once a player number barrier is activated, a player can play one of the neutral astronauts on the board after rolling the die. The neutral one moves following the original rules, but it can move backwards as well as forward. A player can move a neutral one, even if he or she does an additional turn with the 3 in a row astronaut situation. Neutral astronauts cannot be on the last 3 grids, which should be right here. And every other rule is same as the original game. So I didn't even know there was like a little expansion in there to add some variety. And of course, we got rule books in multiple languages. So we can give you the little look at it's what do we got? 6 little tiny pages. It's one little pamphlet that you fold out. So it's a real simple game. And it is really fun. You do get a nice, good-sized, chunky dice, which is nice. But yeah, that's kind of. I didn't realize it had a little expansion in it. So again, really cool that the box folds into the board. That's really neat, and it's very sturdy, good quality. My only complaint would be that again is the light gray astronauts. As you can see, there's a 3 there. That's really hard to read. That should have been a much darker color for that. But other than that, everything's in here. I like these little meeples. I don't know how well they'll stand, but I can see these things just kind of the way they stand. See, just even there, they might topple over a little easy, but that's all right. All right. Well, that's Moonleap. So I'm gonna put the box back together. So let's see how we do that. Just like that. Oh, there we go. So you just fold that like that. This flops to make the bottom. And we can just put everything right back in. Pretty cool. Now that's nifty. Slide it back in. That's Moonleap. All right. Thanks again for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe and comment below. And we will catch you at the next one. All right. Take care.